For this tutorial, I used 1.5 yards of satin fabric, 1.5 yards of stiff lining, a little piece of cotton fabric for the bows. I have matching zipper and matching thread. First, I start by folding 1 yard of satin into 2 equal halves. Then I'll place it on triangular form like this. I'll fold it in a triangular shape because we're going to be cutting a flare, semicircle. So from the end, I'm going to take the length of the skirt. I want the length of the skirt to be 18 inches. So I'll measure 18 inches. This is including turning allowance and joining allowance. So I'll mark the skirt length from the end here. So now I'm going to measure from here to this point to see what I get. So I got 11 inches, which I'm going to take it round like so. So I'm trying to get the skirt waistline. Now I'm going to take the length of the skirt from here and mark it round. That is 18 inches. 18 inches. 18 inches.
Please note that if you want a fuller bubble skirt, you will use a fuller fabric than the one I used here. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I used 1.5 yards of fabric. So let's say you used 2 yards of fabric for a 6-year-old and you take the measurement from the end like I did here. That means the waistline is going to be wider, and the wider the waistline and you gather it, the more fuller it is.
And cut out the lining part. Now the lining part is going to be 2 inches shorter than the main fabric.
This is the lining piece. I am just marking out the 2 inches that I want to remove from the lining so that it becomes shorter than the main fabric.
I'll place the lining on the main fabric at the lower part, and then I'm going to stitch. I'll stitch it. So right now the lower part of the lining is shorter than the lower part of the main fabric. So I'm going to kind of gather it in order for it to fit the lining on the lower part. Then after stitching it, I'll come back and show you the next step. I'll join the main fabric and the lining fabric on the lower part. The main fabric was wider, so I had to pleat it somewhere in between the center, as you can see right here. So now what I'll do is to get the sides. I'm going to match them at the waistline, and it will drag down the main fabric just like this. Okay, so I'm going to stitch this side close and then get to the other side, drag it upwards to match at the waistline, then stitch close the center with just a tiny stitch line. Okay, this is just to give the zipper side a neat finishing. Afterwards, I'll turn it to the right side and then join the waistline. I hope you understood that. This is what the skirt looks like after I turned the lining over and stitched the side. You can see what I was talking about here. Then I dragged it to the waistline and then made a gather stitch. So what I'll do is to gather the waistline to fit her exact waist measurement plus zipper allowance, because it's a bit wider than her waist measurement. So I already made a gather stitch, which I will drag it to shrink the waistline. Okay, so I've gotten the waist measurements that I want right now. Now over to the top cutting parts. My fabric is already on fold here, both the fabric piece and the lining piece. This is for the front part of the upper bodice. So I'm going to mark a line where I would start. Right here. Now the half bodice is 11 inches and I have here 11.5 inches because I'll be needing half inch to join it to the skirt part. For the neckline or neckline width, I'll mark 4 inches from the center here. I'll mark 4 inches. Then I'll come down by 5 inches for the armhole depth. Then I'll take it straight up. For the neckline depth, I'll use 2 inches. Then I'll curve it like so. On the chest line, I'll mark around chest divided by 4, which is 5.5 inches. Then I'll add 1.5 inches sewing allowance. Now I'll take the curve like this from the end of the neckline to here. I'll use this slight curve that I have here. On the waistline, I'll mark her waist circumference divided by 4. Then I'll add 1.5 inches for joining. Okay, now I'll connect it. So I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. To cut the back part, here are the fabric pieces for the back part, the main fabric and the lining. So the back part is going to start from the armhole. It has no shoulder or neckline. So I use this to trace out the back part so that it will align by the armhole and the center. To get the curve on the center back, from the side, I'll mark out the 1.5 inches joining allowance. 1.5 inches here. Now from the waistline, I will go up by 2 inches. This depends on how much you want the back to open. Alright, so I'll just make a curve like this from the 1.5 inches to meet here. Just freehand it. So this is what I have. I'll cut it out. So what I'll do now is I'll use the lining pieces to turn the side, just a little sewing, all right, a little sewing at the side and the center. Same with the front pieces, the front piece rather. I'll turn the armhole and the side. I'll turn the armhole and the side. Now to get the strap on the center back, I'll just measure what I have here. I'll measure what I have here. I have 2 inches. Then I will minus 2 inches from the main length of the bodice. This is 10 inches, right? So I'll minus 2 from 10, which will give me 8. And then I'll add joining allowance to the 8. So I cut 9 inches long strip because I'll be using half inch to join here. and use half inch to join to the neckline. All right. So this is 9 inches long, and then it is 4 inches wide. So what I'll do here is to iron a bit of interfacing on it to give it some form of stability, and then I will fold into two and stitch it. So the stitching I am making, I'll make sure I have 1.5 inches left when I turn it to the right side. Okay. I've turned the top part with the lining. I also ironed it out. This is the front part and this is the back part. Okay, you can see how neat it is. I also put this back strap in between this center back before stitching the lining on top of it. Then I turned it out from the bottom part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out the collar. I'm going to be using this piece of fabric to cut the collar. The fabric length I have here is 17 inches and the wideness is 17.5 inches. So I'm going to fold it as if I want to cut 360 circle. From this angle, I'll come down by the circumference, the radius of her neckline. So for that, I'll mark down 5 inches. I have it. Now from here, I'll measure down the width of the collar I want. I want the collar to be 2 inches, but I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance because I'll be turning the collar. So I'll mark 3 inches round. So I have these two. One will serve as the lining. So I'll just go and iron interfacing on the part that I want to use as the outer parts, and then I'll close the top part and the center. I'm going to close the top part, the neckline part, and the center. So this is the collar. This is the collar. I have ironed it out. So it's supposed to sit like this on the neckline. So what I'll do now is to attach the collar to the neckline. I'll mark out 2 inches from the side here. I'll leave out 2 inches at the side because it's going to be having press button. So I'm going to just measure 2 inches and indicate that part. So this is where I'll fix the end of the neckline from here. And then I'll go ahead and stitch it. After stitching it like this, then I will cover it up with the upper one. Okay, we are working on the front part of the neckline first. I'll cover it up after stitching it. Okay, I fixed the collar on the neckline, on the front neckline. So this is what it looks like. I also finished up the inside like I said. So what I'll do now is to fold the collar and then I'll turn it to the back side. I'll get the midpoint of the back part of the collar so that I'll fix the strap in between. Okay, so I'll first of all stitch it this way, then bend it inwards and then cover it up with the upper one and make a top stitch. Then I'll finish up the remaining opening of the collar. So after that, I'll join the sides of the top. I'll join it at one side only and leave the other side open. So I'm done with this part. The strap is successfully fixed into the collar. I've closed one side of the top. Now what next I'll do is to join the skirt part to the top part. Okay, that is why I left one side open. And this is the side we are going to be joining the zipper. I'm attaching the zipper. All right. By the way, it is the left side that I left open. I left open the left side. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and join the skirt to the top on the waistline. I've joined the top and the skirts now. So the place that is left open is the left side of the dress. So what I'll do, I'm going to close from the bottom part. All right, I'll close from the bottom part of the side. Then I'll leave an opening for the zipper. I'll leave an opening from the side downwards to about 10 inches. 10 inches. Then I'll close the remaining side so that I'll attach zipper on this open side. I have fixed the zipper at the side. I also attached press buttons to the side of the collar because her head cannot be able to pass through the collar if it's not opened. Okay, so that is why I had to fix buttons by the side. So the dress is almost ready aside from the bows at the center back. To make the bows, I've cut out 3 different sizes of fabric. These are 2 pieces each that I have here, and I have interfaced them. The biggest one measures 7.5 inches long and 7 inches wide. The medium one measures 6 inches long and 6 inches wide. The smallest size measures 5.5 inches long and 5.5 inches wide. Okay, so I'll just place them together, right sides facing each other, and stitch the 4 edges. I'll stitch the 4 edges, just leave an opening where I'll turn it out from. So that's how I'll stitch them, and then I'll come back. I've made the squares for the bows right here. I also created this strip for knotting it. So we'll simply create the bow by pleating the center. It's very easy to make. I'm sure all of us already knows how to make a bow. Alright, so I'm going to tie it with some thread to keep it in shape. So I'm done creating the bows. I'll go ahead and fix them on the spots that I want them to be. And that's it, guys, for the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I'll show you the final result after I'm done fixing the bow.
Here is the final result, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Please note that this video is just for illustration purposes. Yours can come out better and even finer. All you have to do is to use few yards more than the one I used in this tutorial. And also for the side zipper, you can improvise with an invisible zipper if that is what you want. Please don't forget to like this video and share it to encourage me to keep posting weekly tutorials. Thank you.